We got the media team in here. We're the media
team. We got content. TV's in the go. We got TV in the go, Wack.
You looking for that fire Clubhouse content? Well, you need to subscribe to the home. Hey, yo, Clubhouse TV. Let's get to the content.
That's a good one.
In the block.
You sure this ain't developing options? Because they all telling.
Hell no. Don't do it like that, Wack.
They all
telling. Hell no.
Clubhouse. A lot of the paperwork been coming in. I don't know if y'all been. We went out last night. It was Mount Pod morning last night. Me, Akademiks, Black.
Yeah, G Wayne was telling us.
Y'all went for like 4 hours, right?
Hell yeah. I let that nigga Trap Lord Ross get nice and comfortable and got on his line. I said, you think it's a game, huh?
Yup.
Oh, I got on his line. I said, yeah, nigga, you send some more. I said, yeah, this is the difference. Them niggas in Chicago can't get in front of you like I'm in front of you. So we gonna go over and see what your intentions was. That nigga was nervous as a... He said, Wack, Adam, man. I said, man, shut up and listen. Hold up. Adam is nudging me like, all that.
He needed that.
You know how to read, right? You play like you know how to read, like you know everything, right? Well, read. And I want you to tell me what you really see. And then I exposed. So he said, well, Wack, it said, you know, possibly because he caught you by yourself. I said, you know the dangerous part about it? It lets me know how weak dude really was. I said, watch this. I called my team to the door. I said, hey, the night I got into it with Big U and them 20 in that parking lot and I jumped out on them. I said, where you niggas was at? He said we were spread out behind them and they never knew it. I said, I'm talking to my team in code, bro, as I'm talking to this. I said, bro, they was in a trap because once I would have started blowing, they gonna run right into these and they spread out. All of them spread out 50 feet across behind them and they wouldn't even know. So they ain't got nowhere to go, but opposite of me when it started happening, they running into these. I said, what your thing say? He says you were by yourself. What do you see? They said, nah, we was all there. He just made us whole. When Wack is talking, he telling us certain things. He made us whole. Ain't no sense in them advancing too close for what? Once they do that, then I'm no good because now I can't go because they on the side of them. I said, I was never there by myself. I said, Trap Lord, let me rewind your mind. You remember I was on the stage with Kanye? He said, yeah. I said, you remember the 3-4 niggas that got off the stage with me and Kanye to walk him outside? Yeah. I said, what do you think they was at, dummy? He said, oh, Big, you never knew. Yeah, because he's a bad leader. He ain't never been no thinker. And dummy. I said, now let me ask you something. It's 20. You think it was a snub-nosed 38 made a nigga stand there like a statue? Oh, no. It had to been something that could probably deal with about 80. You know what I'm saying? I said, the difference is, let it would have been 20 power rules. You'd have had to use that. And we come to get you. We done got in our cars, hoodied up, took a penitentiary chance to take a trip to come get you, and we got you. And we think, as they thought, we got you by yourself. Like, we don't give you got. You got to use that. Because we just going to use ours. I said, what you need to do, because you tried to send Adam like it was some smut, you little post talking to him crazy. He told me after, I've never had nobody, next time, you're right, I'll call you. I said, you got my number? You came to my stage on the 100 side, didn't you?
Sure did.
I said, so you thought you was sending something. And when he got to reading, he thought it was me talking, realized it was him talking. I said, but if you read it and you understand, to put something in there, because whoever you talking to gonna say, well, why y'all didn't get it? He gotta put something in there. But he's so dumb, he should have left out what he did put in there. Because anybody reading it gonna say, oh no, that ain't the reason why you didn't, that is the reason why you did this nigga. I said, so now that you understand that I wasn't by myself anyway. I was Robo Man anyway, regardless if I was by myself. Do you understand? Nah, you wasn't as nervous as he thought. No. But I said, but even to this day, this dummy, like what he did when he went and turned himself in. This is Wack 100 and 600 fault. Do you know how to read, or you just didn't attorney up? Which one? Did this? I wonder if they went to court for their little bail hearing yesterday. I wonder if they gave them the complaint. I wonder did he sit on his bunk and start rubbing his head, saying, "Damn." The driver, reading, he could have had action at the murder. But I see why they took so long. Because they had him on the Tory Lane. It could be or it couldn't be. But we're not excluding it. So the driver, the Sylvester Robinson, confirmed, yeah, I was there when he killed the kid. He gave DNA to show he never touched the kid and drugged the body. The kid had some marks or something on him. I don't know what it was. So the driver is what confirmed that he did it. Vay, the nigga you had picking up the Fed money from the extortion dude. This nigga here. Say they make the West Coast and drove you to do the murder. So what they did was when they grabbed Vay, right? They seen Vay ain't never did no time and never been in jail, right? So when they grabbed Vay, they tell him, we got you, nigga, over 100-something, 200 counts of extortion. Yeah, we got you picking the money up, and you knew what the money was about because you said right here on the call to him, I'm the only one in between stopping them from doing something to you. So I had the money. So they know you know what this is about. So Vay, we finna give you 30. Yeah, thank you the Gambino family. Only they picked up 100,000, not 100, not 1,000. So, there's a way out of this, Mr. Robinson. Vay 55 at the time. There's a way out of this. We had the murder. Boy, they put that boy's pictured on that table. What Vay knew? He knew he was there. Only thing Vay thinking about now, they finna hit him with an accessory. What you know about this? We know what you know. We just want to see if you're gonna lie to us and save yourself. Okay, the call came. We was in LA and I drove him. And this happened and we went here and went there and he did this and drug him in the field. Did you touch him? I didn't touch him. Did you give us your DNA to prove? Yes. This would take them so long. Like, you heard me ask the lady. They what? They ain't booked it. Do y'all see what they did? Let me tell you the crazy part about this. I don't think none of y'all put this together. All these, as of 2 days ago, was all free on the streets. We all understand that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But do you see all the way till March 14th, this year, this month, they kept going to pick up an extortion money?
That's right.
Now, when you hear me say to niggas like Bricc, baby, to all my square people, and ain't nothing wrong with being square, when you hear me say you working, and you hear these people say, where the paperwork at? Where the paperwork at? Hey, bro, when a nigga working, ain't no work yet. They was working. He had already been brought in. He had already been questioned. He already had told them what happened with the murder. He knew that they knew about the extortion. It was Fed money. But when they let him go, he act like he didn't know nothing. He didn't tell Big U nothing. He didn't tell Bear Claw nothing. He didn't tell nobody nothing. He kept working. At that point in time, When Big U thought he was working for him, he had no idea he was working for the feds the whole time. So when you hear me say Bricc baby, you caught that K case, nigga. June 2023, nigga, you're working. You working. That's what we talking about. When it's working with law enforcement and continuing to have the crime go on without the niggas around him knowing it. The only way of avoiding it is not to do crime. That's it. You just witnessed Sylvester Robinson, Bay, Big U driver / fake goon henchman. Y'all looking at the paperwork, told everything. It should have the dates on it. Prince might remember. The nigga worked all the way to March 14th. Listen, and guess what? He one of the niggas they gave a bail to. Guess who else probably was working? The bitch who he was ordering. She kept the line open. Y'all hear me tell you all the time. I get niggas call me, Wack, what up? What's up, homie? Hey, you got somebody got like 5,000 what? Pills, click, block, calling from another number. Wack, what happened? What happened with what? That's you call me about the pills? Yeah, don't call me about no pills, nigga. I don't sell drugs. You weird ass agency you working for, you calling me for. Have you ever sold some pills to me? Ever did a pill drop for you? No, what the calling me for now then? Dumbass my phone. That's it. Won't be none of that. If I find out my team around me is doing any of that, I'm going to get you to away from me. That's a fact. Because you can't trust it. I keep telling y'all, I ain't going to accept at 42 what he was willing to accept at 22. And I'm too grown to have a young dummy around me.
Okay.
Sorry. So, if you're 22, I ain't going to have you around me unless I'm mentoring you and you're doing the right thing. And if you're 42, you got to be moving like you're 42. It is really screaming. One of my homies called me and said, Wack, they called and told me, hey, bro, Wack and 600 got the investigation going. You heard them. They knew when they was going to kick my dough in. He said, Big U, we heard the parents of the kid, bro. What? Yeah. Nah, man, that was some hate. He told my man, that was some AI shit, bro. They was with me. He said, nah, bro. That was real, bro. How you don't know her voice? Didn't she work for you at the football? Yeah, she did. Why you didn't go to the funeral? I didn't know about the funeral. Why? About the way. Ain't that your son's best friend? He said, nigga got quiet. Dumb as a box of rocks. He said, bro, the investigation say 2021. Wack them just released that footage in March. He said, dude, he told him, you know, Van ain't working. What you mean? Yeah, Vader one told him about the murder. He dropped the phone. He still ain't figured it out.
Yeah, how you
I know they laughing somebody. I know they gave him his complaint paperwork yesterday. They had to. Still ain't figured it out.
He's determined to make you a part of his demise.
He told him, he said, hey, bro, Wack them say the victim nigga number one is a nigga named Monster or some shit, or Dale, the weed dispensary. Man, Wack don't know what he talking about. He said, Big U, you can't say that. Because you told victim number one you don't want him dealing with Wack. So Wack know who victim number one is. What? Yeah, it's in there. You talking about you want to break Wack jaw? Everything in there. They had bait. Nigga, the money y'all was picking up, the feds was giving them the money. It's got everything. like, bro, did this nigga not go read his work? And what's crazy, this just the complaint. You watch when the real shit come out. Y'all heard Loose Cannon when he told Bricc Baby being blackmailed by Big U. You know it. He said it the other day on No Jumper Live. You being blackmailed. If you read Bricc Baby paperwork, they got a video in there. That's the video Big U would tell Bricc Baby, if you don't do what I want you to do, I'ma turn the video in. So now I'm wondering how they got the video. They left that nigga out here because he was.
Everybody know he working, G.
Look, bro, they left Big U out here because Big U was working. They got that Bricc Baby's video because Big U turned it in. He been having it the whole time. The 2022 wasn't there. They just had Bricc on the K from June 2023. Bricc told 600. He said, homie, blackmailing me, man. Let Wack them know, bro. I gotta go at him. He saying he ain't got no representation on the internet. And I don't want him because I know what Wack is, bro. I ain't stupid, but got this video of me blowing, shooting and shit. And telling me if I don't go at it, he gonna turn it in. So what Wack been saying is real. Where a nigga gonna turn it into? So when you read Bricc paperwork, WAP got it. The shooting is in the work.
July 12th, 2022. That's the shooting, Wack.
It's in the work now. He was holding that over Bricc head. I go to No Jumper yesterday. 2-3 niggas tell me Big U was texting the shit out of Bricc Baby the whole time him and Loose Cannon was live. Mad as a motherfucker.
God damn.
Watch when all this shit come out of
Wack,
shit.
this shit going crazy.
Shit gonna be crazy,
This
bro.
shit crazy, Wack.
Shit gonna be crazy as a motherfucker. That nigga said, yeah. And all you 100 people, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Doing this to a black man, helping a community, taking from the community. What is you talking about?
He blamed it on the likes and the shares and shit.
Yeah, he said, cause I ain't do nothing. Huh? I said, ain't no way this nigga done read this shit. Cause I ain't do nothing. Ain't do nothing. Is this nigga okay?
Hey, Wack, who all got bail? Did you get bail?
No, hell no. They got him as the he's the kingpin of the
okay.
of the criminal organization.
But Bricc got bail, huh?
Nah, hell nah. Bricc go back to court May 15th.
Oh, okay. I thought that.
I heard that too, dude.
They denied this shit, right?
Bricc go back to court May 15th. Big U go back to court on the 30th and 31st. Bear Claw, Marty Mark, whatever, he got bail with $85,000 stip. Sylvester Robinson got bail. He got stipulations. I don't know what they are. Hop, which is Blanton, he out. He got bail, but he ain't got no criminal record. The female got bail. The sex trafficking, the taco truck bitch.
The trap bitches?
Yeah, Loose Cannon is still in Vegas. They denied his bail. I think he got to get shipped to LA. He need to get in there to get another bail here in LA. He got more action in LA than fucking around in Vegas. So I believe they're gonna try to get him another bail here, but they denied his yesterday. I got to call the Mexican lady back who called me. The Mexican dude in the bottom left corner of the
Was that
shirt.
a Mexican or was that a Chinese?
Nigga, the Mexican lady called me, nigga, and said, listen, Mr. 100, my husband dealt with a guy 1-2 times. You understand what I'm saying? Like 1-2 times. I said, okay. And that's it. It was like, real quick, they tell on my husband, they implement my husband. He don't know nothing about the organization. Right?
God damn.
So one of them niggas, probably they, told them that they get whatever they get from the dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that was Bay. Pretty sure. That was Vay. So she got a 6-month-old child. I'm sending her some incredible diapers. But yeah, it's a lot of people on there, like them Asians and all that.
Seen the Asians? What's
I
the Asians?
think they're like maybe some one-shot Erskies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
And dude was just, you get in there and he like, yeah, he get this from this dude and this from this dude. I got the numbers in my phone and you know what I'm saying? That type of shit. And they probably went and watched him and then they probably was doing other people beef.
That shit.
And then boom, pulled them in.
Yep.
So them dudes either had guns or drugs. Because remember, they're trying to create this organization.
Yeah. But you seen they found what they get, like 20 pounds of meth, fentanyl. They have 45 guns. That's bad on the shit.
Oh, they did. I missed that part.
Yeah, they had what when they hit the raids, they hit for 20 pounds, like 10 to 15 pounds of meth, thousands of fentanyl pills, 45 guns.
It was 5 pounds of meth, 25,000 fentanyl pills.
Okay, there you go. Thank you, G Wayne.
Wait, 24 what fentanyl pills?
25,000.
Oh no, nigga, that's an L by itself.
And 5 pounds.
That's an L by itself. Yo, how much time that meth carry? We know what the Fetty carry.
Meth, you looking about 5 pounds? That's about 10. That's a 10 in the feds.
So what they doing is anything that happened, Big U being held accountable for it anyway. On top of that, you got your murder and extortion and then sex trafficking because we got you direct doing that. I don't think he know what he up against.
No, clueless. He said it's gonna be just like the Young Thug. A couple of guys sitting in there for a couple years fighting and then get out. Nah, hell no.
Nah, it's gonna get way darker than that.
Clubhouse TV. Clubhouse TV.
Yo, what up, YouTube? It's Clubhouse TV, back with another one. And this is where we bring the real straight to your screen. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's dive into this heavy situation involving Wack, Big U, and some wild accusations that are shaking the streets right now. So, Wack back in the headlines this time, doubling down on his accusations against former Rolling 60s OG Big U. Now, in a recent Clubhouse convo that's been circulating heavy, now that I uploaded the content, Wack didn't hold back. Now, he pointing fingers, claiming Big U played a role in the 2000 murder of Rayshawn Williams, better known to some as a young up-and-comer who got caught up in the LA street politics. Now, he claims there's more than Rayshawn's death than what was publicly known, and says Big U's silence over the years is more than suspicious. These are serious allegations. But Wack didn't stop there. He went even further, dropping a bomb that Big U is allegedly connected to over 200 counts of extortion. We're talking major paper, business owners, entertainers, and even street cats allegedly being pressed behind the scenes. According to Wack, this was a years-long operation that flew under the radar because of Big U's reputation and community work. Now, keep in mind, none of this has been confirmed by authorities, and Big U himself hasn't responded publicly to these latest claims. But Wack seems ready to go all the way with it. Now, some are calling this street beef. Others say it's deeper than that. Maybe even a power play behind the scenes of LA's entertainment and gang culture. Wack says he has receipts, text messages, audio, and paperwork that allegedly tied Big U to some grimy business. And here's what even's crazier. Wack hinted that federal eyes might already be watching. If true, this could blow up something huge. So what do y'all think? Is Wack telling the truth? Or is this just personal beef gone public? Let me know what you think about the content in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're always notified when I drop new content. Subscribe to the media team so you get that exclusive Wack 100 content. As always, I certainly appreciate y'all checking out Clubhouse TV, and I'm on to the next one.